said. I represented stand at the Poetry Out Loud competition at the state last year, and I performed at the Riverside Arts Market. And I also volunteer with this group called KTAG, stands for Kids Together Against Cancer. And what's really cool about that group is that we bring together these families, and I work with these kids who have parents or know people in their families who've been diagnosed with cancer, and we use art as a form of expression. So they do art projects and come and we talk, and it's really cool. Okay, this first poem I wrote last year, or 2 summers ago actually. And it was right before my grandfather passed away. He was diagnosed with Alzheimer's like a couple months before he died. And so, yeah. Life's winter, they call it, as he slips from our grasp and garbles his words, his mind sinking deeper into oblivion. I remember him before this, before the choppy conversations and the tremors, before the stale confusion and agonized outbursts. I remember him when he was himself, not what this disease has made out of him. I remember him before his own will was stolen, before the very essence that made up his soul shattered slowly before us. I remember the way he used to tend to my scraped knees and mend my bloody elbows, bandaged by the same hands that were praised for their work at the hospital. The same hands which now shake manically as he winces in pain, cringing each time we attempt to position him more comfortably in his bed. I remember the hugs. I remember the tractor rides. I remember the winks. I remember the smiles. That same warm smile that is chiseled on his cheeks as he asks me my name. This poem I wrote last year as well, and this was when my father was suffering from alcoholism, and yeah, there's something good that comes after, but I'll read the poem first. Okay. I stare at the glass bottle and the cup holder, still enclosed by the brown bag from the liquor store. As we drive, he takes sips, each gulp bringing him closer to the darkness within. He munches on pork rinds from a cradled bag he cradles at his side. One hand stays on the wheel, keeping us on the road. He is angry, exasperated by some trite matter, muttering expletives under his breath toward the drivers around us. His upper lip curls, his jaw sets. He is angry. He struggles to balance the rank bag on the center console, and suddenly, exhausted by his efforts, he tosses it to the back seat. To my brother, who picks at whatever remains, learning to mimic the behaviors of a man. I think of my brother sitting there, thoughtlessly absorbing all of my father's movements, the drinking, the cursing, the giving up. And as most young sons travel the footsteps of their fathers, I pray that my brother does not follow his. Not to be depressing or anything, but this recent New Year's Eve, my father God put in his heart, so he made a resolution that he's no longer going to take another bottle of beer. Okay. This last poem I wrote for a Winterfest performance with the Expressionists in my freshman year. And what our plan was for that performance was they were all going to put on a different persona, so that would be relatable to all the kids. Some people, so mine was basically insecurity and, Okay, and this is called Behind Walls. I stand trapped behind walls, staring through glass, fogged from the breath of my self-conscious. They rasp between gasps of choking laughter, the same question over and over. Why am I so quiet? These queries haunt my mind, swirling like cyclones crushing confidence, stealing life from lifelessness, consumed in self-disgust. I reject myself. I reject this body you shun so. I reject the curves you call disfigured. I reject my social awkwardness. I accept stamps of my defectiveness, labels cursing limbs, insults like bullets, gossip singing melodies as tears flow down my skin, tattooed by desolation, blemishes forever embedded in my veins. I reject myself. I walk down the hall, excluded to outskirts of student migrations, cringing at passers-by whose eyes can't find the time to see me.